Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Mindful Growth Lounge.
Welcome back. Let me get situated here. This will work. What are we going to talk about?
You tell me.
We're going to talk about enjoying the journey you're on. Might not be the one you wanted to be on, but it's the one you're on, so you might as well enjoy it. I think it's the one you're supposed to be on. I think just because you wanted to be on one journey and the road went a different way, people think that they should be on the journey that they want to be on, but I think that whatever journey somebody's on is the one they're supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because our souls choose the path that we're supposed to be on.
That's right. I fully believe that. I posted that on my Facebook. And I found that a long time ago in the Law of One, in the raw material. Because it says that. And basically our soul is like, what our being is. Our soul is like our consciousness, our connection to God, right? At least that's my belief. And they say that destiny or fate, right? Our fate, our destiny is just the free will of our higher self. And it's kind of weird that you hear all these like different people like say all these things and like they mean all the same thing kind of. But in the Law of One, it states that like through the densities are like stages of spirituality, right? Mm-hmm. You have first density, second, third, it goes all the way to eighth density. And eighth density is kind of like the pinnacle, and you go back and go through the stages again. But this density that we're in right now, third density, it's not really the three dimension, it's actually the third density. And our higher self, so our higher self chooses each incarnation that it comes back into to learn lessons. And when it comes back, it's called the veil of forgetfulness, because consciousness, consciousness wants to experience like a pure experience of consciousness. And if consciousness came back knowing that this wasn't like really real, it wouldn't get a pure conscious experience. And so we choose the life. We choose every struggle that we come across. We choose every adversity, every hardship, every like trauma and tragedy. We choose it before we come here. That's what helps me deal with everything. Like anything can happen to me, anything can happen in my life, and I would if something bad happened to someone I loved, I would be distraught.
Yeah.
But I would also say, okay, well, they were here while they were supposed to be here. I'm here. Like, what's the meaning? And you got to find purpose in it. What about your road? I'm sure this wasn't the road that you thought you would be on sometimes, huh? What about your journey? Your journey kind of took a little bit of a unexpected turn. Sometimes not so fun.
What do you mean? How do you think that?
We're moving here.
The more I think about that, the more I'm like, okay, maybe I have how I think back about when I think words are hard right now. When I think back, have I always thought about living in the States? And I think I have.
Yeah.
I don't know the extent of the thought, but I feel as if I always knew that I was supposed to be down here. Not necessarily here with you, but in America.
Yeah. I can understand that.
I just don't know when or what the thought was, but I feel as if it's meant to be. Obviously it is, because our soul is supposed to we chose our path,
Mm-hmm.
Then going off topic here, kind of. I seen this thing. It's like, what if, like, when you know how supposedly when you die, there's a bright light, like don't go to the light type thing. But like, what if it's like, because it's dark when you're in the womb, and then you like see the light, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What if like when you're dying, you're like going into your next life?
No, I believe that. I believe that's possible.
Like, don't go to the light, but like you're being born into another life.
See, I wondered how incarnation works because I wondered, like, is there a time, like, after like, you know, like, say after I die in this life, before I go to another one, like, because I think I'm gonna have more incarnation. I don't think I have it quite figured out yet. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm close to being done, and you know, reincarnating here, but I don't think I have it figured out yet. I think I'm close. But like, is there like, do I get like a break? Like, do I like just kind of get like an intermission where I can go back to my higher self and like enjoy that for like a little bit, you know, or do I just got to come straight back here to like the 3D world and like experience whatever the hell I chose to experience? Do I get a break? But no, one day, so because you're talking about like you kind of like feel like you're meant to be here, like, so do you feel like you're like walking the path that you're supposed to walk, or?
That's a good question because I don't know.
That's what I was gonna ask you, like, about purpose.
I mean, I guess so because like I've spoken to existence so many times I know what's happening because like currently I'm not working, and I like I mean everybody says like that they don't want to work. It's like I just want to be a housewife and like, you know, do all the housewife things and everything, and I guess I spoke that into existence so much that now it's actually happening.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like travel the world, and I know that that's gonna happen eventually. And like, I don't know, it's just, I guess in a way, to answer your question, like, yeah, like that I'm on the right path. I know there's a lot more that I need to work on, but I mean, you're never going to stop evolving as a person.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you came up with this topic when we were at Nolan's school and your battery had died. I kind of find it kind of like ironic.
Yeah.
In a way, because you're like, well, this like didn't necessarily inconvenience us, but it inconvenienced us to an extent.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, this isn't supposed to happen, but you need to enjoy the journey anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because like our whole night got kind of discombobulated because we had to focus on getting the car working, or the battery for the car.
Yeah, it did.
And put everything else on hold.
Yeah, it kind of sideways everything.
Which is okay, because you dealt with that like really well. A lot of other people will be like, well, fuck this, and like have a hissy fit about it and everything, and you handled that very, very well. You stayed calm, and like, I guess inside you're probably like destructive a little bit.
Not too bad. I was a little irritated, but
I mean, it's natural.
Yeah, I was like, you know, what do I do? What do you do? You know, once I knew it was the battery, I was cool. I was more worried about what is this, something big, as opposed to, you know, okay, it's a battery. That's fucking stupid, but I guess I just gotta go get a battery.
Yeah.
You know, it's an inconvenience.
But I mean, it was fun because I kept the mood light.
Yeah. Yeah.
With my crazy ways.
Yeah. I have like a little thought experiment. I'll get back on it. That thought came back to my mind. So you know how you always struggle with like trying to find purpose, right? Like you're always like, what's my purpose, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if people's purpose could be just to be here just for one person. Because I had an idea like a long time ago, like, okay, so my purpose is to like make content and share my experience with people and like change a whole bunch of lives, right? And then I was thinking, well, that's kind of like ego talking, possibly, because what if my purpose isn't to change like a million lives? What if my purpose is to make a video that somehow changes one person's life, and that's the only person's life that I change? But like that person later on, like saves millions of lives or changes millions of lives, right? Had I not made that video, that person's life wouldn't have been changed. Therefore, millions and millions and millions of other lives would have been changed because of that one person. So like, do you think your purpose could be to be here where you're at to like help me? Because you seem to be like a helper. Like, you seem to be very purpose driven in that.
Yeah. Because I honestly don't know what I would do if I didn't have, and if I didn't have you. I'd be hating my life. That's for sure.
Yeah. And it just seems kind of strange because like how when you came into my life everything changed. So maybe like your purpose, because I'm always like hounding you, gotta find your purpose, and so the thought just came to me. And, when thoughts come to you, there's a reason for it. It's like maybe your purpose, maybe you are fulfilling your purpose by getting me on track and keeping me on track.
I can see that.
Maybe that's your purpose in helping me. And maybe my purpose is to help one other person. And maybe their person is to help one other person. But if one individual doesn't complete that, if one person doesn't do what they're supposed to do, that whole entire chain falls, right?
Yeah, that's the butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly. Like, say I don't get on video one day because, I'm feeling insecure and I don't want to get on video and make a video. I think it's stupid. I don't want to put it out, but yeah, and I don't. But that's the video that could have
saved somebody.
And that would in turn save other people. I think everyone needs to think about that kind of stuff. We all need to think about things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you said that because like now, like thinking about it, kind of is like now I don't feel so guilty for not doing things that I said I was going to do. Like I don't feel so guilty like not following through with my clothing company. Right.
Let's see. Okay, so look at the chain of effect, right? Because you got into that. Like you starting your business, that somehow, I don't know how it was, but you doing that was what sparked me to want to start a business, right? That's where it started. I don't know where I got the idea. I don't know where the fuck it came to me, but it hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. And had you not been interested in it, started on it.
See, what was me, like it felt almost kind of like felt forced in a way because when I was helping my friend at the time, they were like, that's why I taught you all this shit so you could go out and do it on your own. Right? And it's like, okay, well now I feel obligated to go do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I'm very thankful for that person for teaching me the things that they did.
Excuse me.
Because if I didn't, you wouldn't have all, like, that sounds very ignorant. Like, you wouldn't have all the knowledge that you'd have.
Yeah, well, it's true.
If it weren't for me.
Yeah, it's true.
Learning the things. That sounds ignorant, but it's not.
No.
It's not said in a toxic way.
No. But it's just interesting when you think about something, when you kind of like think back and unfold things. That's why I think it's important to reflect, because like I said, I used to be really hard on you about finding purpose, and then like it just came to me, okay, well maybe you are fulfilling your purpose.
Because I feel like happy, like helping you and making sure that you're on track and helping you do the things that you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
As compared to like finding my own way, it's like, well, I don't want, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. Like, what, you know, like, what am I, like, okay, what do I want to try? Like, you know, it's hard to, like, pick out what do you want to try.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Gary Vee says, like, try a million different things and stick to what you're good at.
Yeah.
Like, how do you find something, like, just, you know, it's hard to pick out what you want to try.
I get that.
And, like, I was miserable, like, not miserable, but miserable attempting to do that.
Yeah.
But, like, helping you, it's like, okay, well, you need to do this. And it's like, that's very fulfilling to me.
I can tell, too. I can tell it is.
Like, when we were talking earlier, like, about you studying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that got me so pumped to
Yeah.
help you do that. And, like, it, like, makes me so happy that I'm learning. Like, I never, like, was interested in fitness or nutrition or whatever until, you know, I started helping you.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, in the beginning of it, I didn't care to go to the gym. And even now, it's like, well, I don't want to, but I showed up today.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's starting to be disciplined about it.
Yeah, you are, too. Because you're not missing days. You know? I'm like, hey, let's go work out. And you're like, I'll be out there waiting for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, the other day, it's like, you're like, I'll be home at this time. I'm like, okay, I'll be ready for the gym.
Right,
And
exactly.
you're like, yes!
You don't have to say anything. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
Like, even, like, this past week, it's like, okay, what do I do with my day? And then the other day, you're like, I need you to go through and find, like, transformation videos or, like, you know, like, hook videos.
Yeah, like transition or like hook videos, yeah.
And then the rest, like, the past few days, like, okay, well, I didn't get anything done, but I'm, like, sending you all these reels and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, my day's not totally going to waste.
Yeah. Well, content research takes a long fucking time. Trust me, I try to have to do it. It takes a long time. It's a tedious job. So having somebody help me do it is very nice. And like, I'm getting to where I'm going to be able to start having you do more and more stuff. Like, I'm trying to figure out a way to have you do like do all my like 20-minute workout things. Take that little bit of load off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out a way to have you do that, where I can name the workouts in it, and you could like put the things up for me and, you know, on the screen, like what it is. But I can tell when you're doing it. I can tell when you help me. I can tell that you are very, like, you're where you're supposed to be. Does that make sense? Like you're at the spot where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so I just hadn't really seen it until all of a sudden that thought came into my mind. I was like, oh yeah. It's just like that one day I said I saw you in a different light, because I see your like free spirit now. Like, I always knew you were a free spirit, but it's like I saw you in a different light, like with that free spirit. And it's like I saw you in a different way, and I like saw like what it is that I love so much about you, because that's what I love, is your free spirit. And so, you know, I always have to keep that in mind when it comes to like discipline kind of things, like being disciplined, because you know you're a free spirit, you know, and I love it. Well, to wrap it up with the, you know, being on the journey, it's like that's exactly what like enjoying the journey that you're on. Like, when we first started this business thing, I had a vision for it, right? Like, you know, the vision is still the same, but like I pictured, you know, you doing like you having your business, me having my business, and us like working like two business people together, crushing these businesses and, you know, doing that, you know, and that's not the path that we were supposed to be on. But now the path, you know, the path that we're on, I love it. You know, it's instead of like you and me having a business and like going to the top that way, it's like you and me doing this, you know, and you are the person that's like behind me, pushing me and fueling me and helping me. And I love it. You know, it's not the journey that I thought we'd be on, but it's the journey that we're supposed to be on, and I love it.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it. I didn't like how, like when I thought that I was supposed to be on my own separate journey alongside you, I didn't like it. I was toxic.
Yeah, I could tell you didn't. I could tell because like ever since we've been working together, we've been growing together a lot better.
Yeah, we've been having more of a connection.
Yeah.
As a husband and wife.
Yeah.
Not business partners.
Yeah. Yeah.